one of the things that I've learned is how to stop giving a damn. I don't want to say the word. I don't really like cursing on these videos, but how to stop giving an F, basically. Okay. And these are going to be 3 reasons why I think you should stop giving a damn about anything in life and just focus on what you need to do. Work more, worry less. Number 1 is going to be you will die any day now. As a Muslim, I feel like we are aware of this like on a daily basis. We're told to be aware of this on a daily basis that, hey, bro, you will die one day. Like, you know that, right? You're going to pass away one day. And it seems like, damn, like, whoa, like, why are you being so dark? But it's true. Like, you're going to pass away. I'm going to pass away. We're all going to die one day. You know, it's so true. Everyone you know in the next 100 years, they're all going to die. Everyone who you thought cared about you, everyone who didn't like you, every hater, every person who liked you, every person out there, everyone you know right now in the next 100 and 150 years is just going to perish and pass away. And I'm sure the feeling, the thought that comes to your mind when you hear this, you're like, I know, but like life is so long, you know, it's going to take so long for me to die. You think this, but like people die on a daily basis, bro. And I'm not trying to scare you, but life is temporary. Life is so temporary. Like, well, I don't know why we even care about this life, because it's like, it's so temporary. Like, you're only here for a short amount of time. You're only visiting. You ever go to a place that you visit and worry so much when you're there? No, you're just like, whatever happens, it happens. Like, whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, because it's whatever. Like, I'm just here for a short amount of time. That's how you're supposed to look at this world. Like, I'm just here for a short amount of time, bro. I'm not here for that long. So it is what it is. The second reason is, look at how far you've made it. Like I said, I'm only 25. So to some people, that's very young. To others, that's pretty old. But I feel like the things that I've been through in my life, I've done pretty well. Like, I've done, not because of me, I'm not giving myself the credit goes to God, of course, but he's gotten me through situations that I never thought were possible. There's been times where I was depressed, there's been times where I was anxious and just like, you know, just really, really like down bad. And many times, you know, because you go through stuff in life, you're a high schooler, so many things happen, right? I never thought I would make it out of those situations. I never thought I would be where I am. I never thought I would feel like happy or feel any type of peace in life, but I do. Anything that I've ever went through, I've made it. It's easy to say, and maybe it's just my own perspective. Like, okay, I've made it so far. I mean, I guess I got to be more grateful. But I'm sure you've been through the same exact thing where you've experienced things like tough situations in life, and you're like, damn, like I've actually had a pretty high success rate. Like, if you were to count the blessings of God, you wouldn't be able to count them. That means you've been blessed to another level. So try to zoom out and focus on what you've been blessed with. Try to look at how far you've came. Every L you took in life, every time you fell in life, you did come back. You did pick yourself back up. So for you to worry and for you to like care so much, it doesn't really make any sense. And the third reason is going to be the spotlight effect. I love talking about this because this is something I deal with all the time. I don't know why. Maybe it's my big stupid ego or just maybe my mind, but I always like have to deal with this in my life, where basically the spotlight effect is you think everyone else is watching you. You think that you go into a room and everyone in that room is looking at you and thinking of you and hyper aware of you. But the reality is they're thinking that you're looking at them and that you're hyper aware of them. It's the most like fascinating like theory concept ever, because it's like we're so self-centered. We're like, we think we're the center of the universe, but reality is like you're not that significant. There's something called like an ego death, or if you go on Google, like how to kill your ego, if you ever look that up, I'm really big into that, because the ego is like what prevents us from being like the true you. I truly believe that. I think my ego, and that's what I've been trying to do through meditation and like mindfulness, is to kill my ego, to focus on everyone else other than me. There is no I, there is no me. Like, it's a very difficult thing to do, but if you go and research how to kill your ego, what it means to kill your ego, you realize that you're always at the center of your life. You think that you're the center of the universe, but in reality, you're just like another dot floating on this 8 billion dot planet, and that planet is just another dot floating in like billions and billions of galaxies. Like, you're literally nothing, like, if you think about it. And I'm not trying to put you down. I actually like knowing that, because it takes the stress, it takes the worry off of me. I'm like, okay, it doesn't really matter. Like, you're not at the spotlight. You don't walk into a grocery store and think that everyone is looking at you, that you're the spotlight. You have to change that thinking that no one really is looking at me. Like, I like to perceive myself as that, like I'm so great, everyone's looking at me, but Your life is not centered around you. Earth itself, this whole planet that you know of, your whole life, this whole Earth is literally just like a dot in billions of galaxies, and you're over here thinking that I am so significant when you're just a dot within that dot. Like you're like a freaking atom. You're like a cell. You're so tiny. Like, why do you think you matter? I know you could be like, oh, that space has nothing to do with the Earth. But even on Earth, like why do you think you matter? Like right now, there's like things like 8 billion humans on Earth. What makes you think you're so significant? What makes you think that you're like people put you at the center of their universe? Even if it seems like that, that's actually not true. People have their own life. They have their own issues. Life is more complicated than you think it is. The same issues and the things that you deal with, other people deal with that too. People go through stuff all the time. What makes you think that your worries are bigger than anyone else's worries? What makes you think that you're so special? This makes me feel better because it makes me understand that the trials and tribulations that I go through, they're not as tough because someone else is probably going through something worse. The L's that I've taken in life, like the mistakes that I've made, they're not as bad, they're not as dumb because I'm sure someone else has definitely done worse. So I'm not at the center of the universe. So basically, stop giving a damn.